Okay, everyone. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. This is the one-on-one My Business Site tutorial. I'm joined today by Sandra Rios, the product manager for one-on-one My Business Site. Sandy, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me, Aaron. Always a pleasure.
Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Here's a look at what we're going to be covering today in the 45 minutes or hour presentation with the question and answers at the end. The one-on-one My Business Site overview, talking a little bit about where the product came from, what it's all about, what it can provide to you as a small business owner. The different packages that are available also. We have 3 main packages, and we'll be talking all about those and the features that are included. Some brief tutorials where we're going to actually walk you through setting up your My Business Site, figuring out exactly how you can customize it and make it your own. Some of the add-on features that you can also take advantage of. Briefly about the Site of the Month opportunity. That's an opportunity where you can actually be in our newsletter that's going to be coming up, and also you can be featured on our website on our testimonials page. Finally, we're going to do a website review, and I think this is really cool. We did this last month with our web design webinar. And this is basically where, if you want to, at any point throughout the webinar, just go ahead and put in your URL, your web address, your domain name into the question box if you currently have a My Business Site. What we'll do is we'll pick a few lucky winners towards the end of the webinar to go over your website, do a quick overview, maybe give you some helpful hints, but also so everyone can see some best practices and success stories. And then we're going to do, finally, your questions and answers. So, page up here. We'll take a look at the My Business Site page, and if you could just kind of talk through where My Business Site came from and what the impetus was behind this creation.
Sure, I'm happy to do that, Aaron. Basically, our My Business Site product is something that one-on-one has developed to really meet the needs of our non-technical users, the people who are just getting started online, people who may not have so much experience yet. You know you want a website. The website is arguably the most critical thing you need to have now when you're starting a business, because even if you've got your business cards, if people don't know, haven't seen you out on the street or gotten it physically,
Absolutely.
How do they find you later? Mm-hmm. If their friend says, hey, you got to check out this shop, first thing you do is go online, try and Google it, try and find it, see what kind of information they have. It's got the same information as your basic business card, but you know, it's just giving it a little bit more pizzazz, and it's there where people are looking for it, especially in the age of smartphones. I mean, yep. How many of us just go and look it up instantly online? It's that instant gratification.
Definitely.
So what one-on-one went ahead and did was, we've had in the past hosting products, things to get your website started, get your web presence started, but we saw that for some of our users it was a little bit too complicated to get that really nice end result that they wanted.
Yeah, definitely.
So we built this product that's got, the idea behind it is, let's make it worry-free. Let's build something that has absolutely everything a small business owner needs to get themselves online. Everything from your domain name or your web address to the email that you need so you can have the professional back and forth with your potential customers, to the website itself. Let's make sure that they've got all of the space and traffic, all those hosting details that are kind of vague and unusual. We're just gonna,
the technical stuff.
Let's get rid of the technical problem. Let's just make it unlimited. Okay? It's now worry-free.
Yeah.
And the really cool thing about the product is we've actually designed it for over 125 different types of businesses, so that you can choose your type of business, and it's already going to have the basic features you need for that. So it's going to have the text filled in with what's usually the kind of text you'd find for your particular type of business. It's going to have different pages already there for you that you can adapt. You can change them however you want. But it's always nice not to start out with a blank slate. Because let's face it, you know, it's really hard to look at this blank thing and think, okay, where do I want to start? Yeah. Versus, you know, Aaron, if you have somebody else's paper to work from, you make it better.
Yep, absolutely.
You know,
just go ahead and
starting
improve
from
it.
Scratch.
And I think that's the one thing that a lot of people overlook, is how difficult that is to kind of get the ball rolling on a website. And what's great about My Business Site is we have 125 professionally written websites. I mean, I don't even want to call it a template, because it really does it a disservice.
No, I think template is not the right word for that product. It's a website in a box for you. You take it out, you put it on, you make it your own, you know, add your little accessories to it. You can change whatever you need on it, totally customizable. If you don't like the color, you change the color. If you don't like the layout where your navigation is showing up, you change that. But it's that nice comfort factor of knowing that you have everything you need right when you get started, and that's really why we designed the product.
And I think this kind of brings us to the next point, which is going to be a poll that we have here. We're going to launch this. We'll be doing a couple of these, but as you can see up on your screen now, it asks a simple question: do you currently have a My Business Site? And what we'd like to know is how many people on the call currently have it. For us, it'll really help engaging. Do you need more of a tutorial today, or should we talk a little bit more about the basics of the product so that, you know, this is something where you might have a hosting package and you want to get into the My Business Site product. Maybe you have a hosting package and it's just too difficult, it's too unwieldy for you to use, or you don't have a website at all. So it looks like we've got a pretty good amount of people. We're going to go ahead and close out the poll, and we'll take a look at the results here. You can see 70% of the people currently don't have a My Business Site, and about 30% do. So I think both groups are going to get a lot out of this. Mm-hmm. Just to bring it back a little bit, this is going to be a very basic webinar. We're going to go over some of the things that you need to do when you just get the My Business Site. Exactly. So if you already have it and you've already, you know, totally, for lack of a better term, pimped it out, this might not be the right discussion for you. So just go ahead and keep that in mind.
What we'll be covering today is basically going to be how to get started, what the basics are, making sure that everyone's comfortable with the different tools that are in there, and really empowering you to be able to make your website exactly what you want it to be.
Okay. So as you can see here, it's pretty straightforward, pretty simple. This is where you would go to purchase the product, correct?
Exactly. It's available from the main 101 website. You can go over to the My Business Site portion of it, and as you can see, right now we're having a really great offer. It's 3 months free when you sign up for 1 year.
Okay. And you would just go in here, you would click. We're not going to go through the purchase process today, but it's extremely straightforward. Mm-hmm. But what you'll do in the purchase process is you'll select your template, correct? It has to do with your industry.
Yeah, you'll choose your type of business, and the way that it works is you choose your type of business, you choose your basic color scheme. Everybody's got a favorite color or a main color they're using for their company logo. Once you put that in, then you'll be asked to fill in your customer information. As you can see, what Erin's pulling up right here, the really unique thing for My Business Site is it's going to actually take that information that you put in here with your company name, the company location, your phone, your business phone number, and all of that, and it's going to actually fill it into your website for you, so you don't have to take that extra step of filling it in on every page later. It's already going to integrate that for you and get you started, which I think is really cool, because it's not this fake, you know, Latin text that you see as space filler. It's real text. It's going to say the name of your business, whatever you fill in on this page, and it's going to save you that time. Okay.
So this is where you would go. You would sign up. You would purchase the product. It's also a 30-day free trial, which is really nice. So if you want to go in and poke around a little bit, you're not locked into anything off of day one.
Of course not. Okay. But we guarantee if you try it, you're gonna enjoy it. If you don't, then you had your free trial.
There you go. So let's kind of skip forward. We'll take a look at some of the different packages that are available now. You can take a look here. Sandy, could you kind of walk us through some of the general overviews of the different packages available?
Sure. Actually, on our website, you can also find some examples. You'll be able to see the tools, play around with them a little bit, see some customer examples. But just for purposes of this presentation, we went ahead and made a little bit of a chart. So there is a original My Business Site package. We call it our basic one. It's going to be $9.99 a month. You're going to have your choice of the over 125 business templates. You're going to get a free domain with it. It's included for free as long as you're a one-on-one customer. You're going to get unlimited space, pages, and traffic, so you don't have to worry about any kind of limits there. And you're going to have access to all of the basic editing features that are available within the My Business Site, whether that's putting in images or photo galleries or YouTube or text or what have you. Mm-hmm. All the basic things that you need to get yourself started is going to be in that package. The nice thing is we also have some expanded feature sets that you can kind of add on to the Plus. So then, for the Plus add-on that you're going to see on the website, it's going to add about $10 a month, so the full price will be $19.99. And with that, you're going to get a couple of extra features that are available, and that's going to include access to our image library of over 5,000 images. It's going to give you access to RSS and news feeds. You can put in a calendar. Let's say you're a dance studio and you want to show what your lesson schedule is. It's really cool, does it for you, walks you through the setup. And you also have access to our email marketing tool, which I highly recommend that you get at least that email marketing tool, because right now that's the thing to do,
Yeah, I mean, if you take a look at this and if you just had the image library itself, that would cost you a lot of money on a monthly basis if you're going in and you're actually buying images.
Exactly.
one by one. I mean, that's going to be pretty costly, and you have to have a content-rich website to keep people coming back.
Exactly.
You know, that's one thing we always talk about in these webinars is content is king. But it also costs money. You know.
Yes, it does. And just to point out to that point, in case anyone's wondering why Aaron said it costs money to put pictures on your website, it is in fact illegal to take someone else's picture from, let's say, Google Images and insert it on your website if you don't have the copyright permissions for that.
Yeah, it's something you can get in a lot of trouble for. And, I mean, that was someone's work that they performed, so they want to have rights to that.
Right.
You know, that's a big issue right now online. But then also the email marketing tool, if you go with a company like Constant Contact, I think their minimum package is probably $10 or $12 a month, right?
Right. And it doesn't have the website with it.
Exactly, exactly. So all this stuff is included for $19.99. And then finally there's the advanced package.
Yeah, and the advanced package is going to take everything that you've got in the basic and plus packages and then also add in our 1-in-1 SEO Ready service. It's a team of people who are there exclusively to help you make sure your site is ready for the web. It's going to make sure that all the SEO options that you can get on there are optimized, everything's ready to go, and it's really going to put you in a better position as far as getting your website found in the search engines. So
what we're going to do now is talk a little bit about the product itself and get into a tutorial. But before we do that, just a quick poll. We want to figure out what your technical experience is. We've got a couple different choices here. You can see that the poll is now open, so if you want to go ahead and click on that. We want to know if you're an expert. You know, are you a person who can go in and code your own HTML?
Do you know what root is?
Yeah, it's important. Are you an intermediate where you would say, you know, I can, you know, use some web design products and I've tried to set up my own websites before in the past? Or are you a beginner? Are you a novice? And that's okay. I mean, that's totally cool with us. Let's, you know, be honest so we know exactly what everybody's skill level is. So we'll go ahead and close that out. Looks like we've got a pretty good number of people that have responded, and you can take a look. This is a really good breakdown for this webinar, I think, because only 8% of people would consider themselves experts, which is okay. I think if you're an expert, this product is going to be great for you because it saves you a lot of time.
Exactly.
You don't have to go in and code everything.
And it's also a really great product to recommend to people who are constantly asking you to do their websites for them.
Yeah, that happens.
It happens
a lot.
It happens.
Yeah. But then also, it looks like we've got a good group of intermediate people and a lot of beginners, over half. So this is going to be fantastic for you guys. So let's go ahead and get started taking a look at, after you purchase the site, what are you going to see? First thing is you're going to need to log in, right?
Right.
Okay. So you can log in from two different places, either your control panel directly. It's my.101, sorry.
Yeah, you can log in either at my.1in1.com or at admin.1in1.com. The link for that you'll always find on the 1in1.com homepage.
Okay.
It's easier to remember.
And you can also log in directly through the website, which we're going to do right now.
Yes, you can.
Okay. So let's take a look at, this is our pet project, pun intended. This is a fictitious company that we came up with, Mr. Wiggles Pet Grooming. I'm always good for a pun, especially this early in the afternoon. So this is a fake company that we came up with. It's a pet grooming company, but you can take a look. This is what you would see as soon as you complete the purchase process, right?
Yes, exactly. As soon as you have actually hit purchase on there, you're actually going to, if you wait on the page for a few minutes, you're going to get a link that appears, and it's going to show you your new website the way it's created. You also get an email with the details later, but if you want to wait for that instant gratification, you can just click directly to the link, and this is what you're going to see. We take that basic color preference you had. So this one was blue. We're going to take the name of your company. You can see up in the top it says Mr. Wiggles Pet Grooming. It's a little bit hidden by that picture, but we'll fix that in a bit. And you can see as you scroll down the page and really look at it, there's already text that's in there that talks about, you know, the pet of the month that they've got going. This is saying that Mr. Wiggles Pet Grooming, it's everything you need for your pet. It's got news and information, how to find us, products and services, and even has a section in there for About Us, so you can fill in your company history. So we make sure you've got everything you need so you're not wondering, well, what else do I need to put on my website?
And these are kind of the basic pages. These are the 5 or 6 pages that every website's going to need, right?
Yes.
To get started from. You can add to those. We're going to show you how to do that. But this is at least get you set up and started so that you don't have to start from a bare sheet of paper.
Right. And remember, it's custom for each industry. So, for example, if we chosen a restaurant instead, if we had Mr. Wiggles Restaurant, then we'd also have a menu page showing up in there automatically.
Perfect. So we want to log in. We would go down and we would simply click on this login button, right? We're going to go ahead and put in our password. And this might take a couple seconds because the software we're using for the presentation today, but normally this is going to be pretty much instant.
It should be.
This is just going to set it right up. So as you can see, we've now logged in. Once we log in, I see to the right side this Getting Started section, right?
We want to, like I said before, Aaron, we want to make this as easy as it can be for everybody. So we've actually got this really nice tool